The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This is Alex Jones for InfoWarsLife.com. The latest in preparedness is now here. An electrically stabilized colloidal silver solution that can be added to both your home cabinet and preparedness pack alike. Concentrated to 30 parts per million in what has been dubbed the survival silver solution. The new InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver is the answer for you and your family. And it's entirely free of toxic artificial additives that are loaded into many products. The InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Silver is so powerful that it is concentrated into a 2-ounce bottle and is not recommended for extended continual use. This is not a low-grade formula. We are working with one of the top laboratory manufacturers in the United States to bring you the best form of colloidal silver using electrical processes within a base of deionized water for your preparedness storage or your home kitchen. Purchase your bottle of InfoWarsLife.com Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver today and find other amazing supplements at InfoWarsLife.com. From the water table to our soils to the atmosphere itself, our world is becoming more and more toxic each and every day. But it's not just the air outside that's toxic. Indoor air has been shown to have 2 to 5 times higher concentrations of pollutants than even outdoor air. And most Americans spend 90% of their time inside using toxic chemicals within their homes. There are more than 42 million smokers in the United States. Well over 1,000 types of mold and mildew linked to numerous conditions. And don't forget the fact that 6 million Americans live with pets they're allergic to as well. When I began to research these statistics, it was clear to me it was time to start cleansing my lungs in order to combat the toxic environment that we cannot escape, but that we can fight back against. Made with organic and wild cultivated herbs and manufactured in the USA, the new InfoWars Life Lung Cleanse is here in a convenient spray bottle that can be brought with you throughout any toxic environment. Now available exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
City of Austin tap water versus filtered City of Austin tap water.
I can taste dirt in it.
God knows what's in this.
These people just sampled City of Austin tap water straight from the faucet. Next, we had them try a sample of tap water filtered with the ProPure G2.0 filtration system.
That one is better.
Tastes like nothing.
Yep, I know what good water tastes like. It's good water.
Most tap water contains added substances like fluoride, chlorine, glyphosate, and many others. Studies prove that these substances are linked to an assortment of major health issues, including tooth decay, lowered IQ, and even cancer.
It tastes like you're drinking out of the lake when you're drinking tap water.
The ProPure G2.0 filtration system removes these deadly substances, leaving only fresh-tasting, deliciously clean water.
Okay, this is very tasty.
It's good water. Refreshing.
It's good.
Go to InfoWarsStore.com today. Use promo code WATER and save 10% off your ProPure purchase. Or call 1-888-253-3139.
We now take you live to the Central Texas Command Center in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
We're taking your calls unscreened for Dr. Edward Group. Chris in Canada. Then we're going to go to Manny and Alex and Dr. Mike and Chris, and that'll be it. I'll try to shut up and let these questions get out there and let Group answer quickly. Chris in Canada, thanks for calling. You're on the air.
Hey, gentlemen, how are you doing today?
We're good, my friend. Thanks for calling.
Okay, Doc Group, got a question for you. It's 2, actually, and it's a suggestion as well. A number of years ago, playing hockey, I had my teeth knocked out by an errant puck. And as such, I'm wearing a full plate, and I've recently discovered that my paste that I use to hold my teeth has zinc. What's the problem with zinc?
Zinc's good, isn't it?
Yeah, zinc is an essential mineral for your immune system. Now, I always recommend zinc orotate because the minerals are going to, the only mineral that's going to go actually into the mitochondria of the cell is in the orotate form. And Dr. Nieper wrote a book called The Curious Man, and he's probably the world's leading expert on mineral transporters. Using different types of minerals like calcium aminoethyl phosphate forms or the aspartate, arginate, or orotate forms of minerals. So, I would look at the other chemicals and stabilizers and everything in that too and make sure, I'm not aware of any type of natural organic denture glue or anything like that. Although I do know that I read some research not too long ago that they're actually culturing your own stem cells now and are able to grow your own teeth back into your mouth.
I saw that.
So that's going to be some pretty interesting stuff here if they can do that.
That's great. The problem is all the weird side effects of it. I mean, who knows what they'll piggyback into all that. Yeah. I mean, they put Trojan horses and all the other technology. Who knows? Thank you so much, Chris. Manny in California, you're up next.
How you doing, guys? My name's Manny, Dr. Group. Alex, thank you very much for doing what you guys do. And I'm out here in Los Angeles. I host a radio show myself called Tyranny Hunters Radio. I practically mirror everything you do, Alex. I admire you very much.
Well, that's awesome, brother. I'll have to try to tune into it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, man. And you know what? You guys are just wonderful. And my question is about Coca-Cola. Now, back in 2010, there was a coroner's report from New Zealand, and it was about a lady who died because she consumed more than 2.6 gallons of it a day. And I'm talking about Coca-Cola. She died from, according to the coroner's report, cardiac arrhythmia. Now, we know that Coca-Cola contains high fructose corn syrup, which is practically mercury. It poisons you. And it still has cocaine in it of some sort. There's a company called Step here in America. I think it's up in New Jersey somewhere, which actually holds the only permit to import the cocaine coca leaves.
No, that's true. I mean, it's decaffeinated coca. The mystery ingredient is cocaine, hidden in plain view, Coke.
Right.
I mean, that's a fact. And, of course, the first soft drink was in the 1840s in Waco, Texas. 1860s, it got deployed. Dr. Pepper, and one of its ingredients there at the apothecary was cocaine, but it got taken out of it all in the 30s. But yeah, no, Coca-Cola was cocaine, and now it's decaffeinated. I actually like the taste of Coca-Cola. The problem is, Dr. Group, you read the studies, all the toxins that are in it, dioxins, and it's the process of making it. What's your specific question on Coca-Cola, sir?
Is there an alternative to the fizzy drinks, something that may not contain as much chemicals like the caramel color, the high fructose corn syrup, the yellow dyes, the red dyes, all these kinds of sorts of eugenic weaponization chemicals that they use to try to poison us?
Yes, there is a solution, and it's the only thing that the body wants and needs after it's done breastfeeding, and it's water. I know that's hard for a lot of people because everybody's addicted on diet drinks and everything else with all the aluminum toxicity in there, the BPA that lines all the aluminum.
Which they now admit that the diet drinks make you fatter in major studies.
Right, because of the BPA. I mean,
I remember Dr. Blaylock 15 years ago, medical doctor on the show, saying that.
Right, exactly. So it's going back to what we originally need and what the body wants and needs. I mean, all those drinks are going to cause dehydration anyway. It's going to suck the cell out. It's going to suck the water out of the cells in your system. So go back to, here's what I do, and this is what I recommend, is drink distilled water with organic apple cider vinegar in there. The organic apple cider vinegar is going to enhance, it's going to bring life to the distilled water. Distilled, you can get a water distiller and create, 5, 10, 15 gallons a day. And just have one of those, gallon dispensers and keep all the
and doesn't distilled act as a chelator and sucks stuff out of you?
Well, it does, and I, years ago I would say don't drink distilled water, but we're living in an
yeah. My dad always said watch out with distilled water.
Right now, where even all the toxins that you're exposed to just in air, and look, like Prop 65 in California, where 0.5 micrograms of lead, is completely toxic, but you breathe 55 micrograms of lead just being in the air out there.
Well, what I've read now, they say drink distilled sometimes because it helps a mix, right?
Yeah. But when you add the organic apple cider vinegar, which has more uses health-wise than practically anything else for the price that you pay for it, it alkalizes the body. It has natural probiotics, enzymes, minerals, nutrients. I mean, it's amazing. When you add that into distilled water, it brings it back to life, and it just mineralizes everything. It's a natural product, and just a cap full of that will in your distilled water will last you, months and months and months and months. So that's what I recommend. It might take a while for you to get used to the taste of it, but start putting in your body what your body needs and wants.
All right, thank you, caller. We got to move quick here. Let's go to Dr. Mike, then we'll go to Alex. Dr. Mike, and I think this guy's called before. He's been calling, I think, about a decade by the name Dr. Mike. We'll see if it's the same Dr. Mike I know. What's your take on all this?
Yeah, well over a decade, Alex. Listen, I really get tired of the cheap shots against the medical profession.
No, I know you're a medical doctor. You've sent us a lot of good stories over the years. But, I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, in reference to your cousin, I think it was, Dr. Grew mentioned that all he needed was an injection of 50 cc's of ozone. You're going to have to flesh that one out for me. How do you prevent an air or an ozone embolus from cutting off the blood supply to his brain and killing the guy? Maybe you kill the virus, but you're going to kill the patient.
Yeah,
as well.
explain, because I know a lot of the elite do this, including a certain talk show host nearby. I mean, and that's why I didn't want to do it. I'm kind of scared of it. I'm scared of anything medical. Explain to me how the ozone shots work.
Well, it's not. Ozone is a reactive oxygen species. It's O3, so it's actually binds into the blood. I mean, I've actually shot up 150 cc's of ozone gas into my body, and the ozone practitioners. I am not an ozone expert, by the way, but what I'm saying is, I do know ozone experts, and we used to use it in our cancer clinic all the time. I had somebody come in and do it. I've never heard of anybody that has had an embolism or anything like that by injecting pure ozone gas. I don't know the actual, I mean, I can't explain to you the actual physio.
You're not a certified medical technician that does it, but you know, I mean, it must be broken up into small enough bubbles that it doesn't cause an embolism, I think is what he's asking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact methodology of that. All I know is that as far as an antiviral compound or an anti-cancer compound or anything like that, it has, you know, I've seen with my own eyes people that have had, you know, multitude of different, you know, anything from herpes to AIDS to whatever.
We should have you back with one of these people, because I know the elites are doing it. I know billionaires that do it. And I mean, but I have the same thing. You're like, no, it's done. I looked it up. Yeah, people do it. Medical doctors do it. But it just sounds to me injecting a gas into my arteries or veins doesn't sound too good.
Yeah, because, I mean, yeah.
I don't like needles anyways.
You would think that that would be the main concern, that you're going to get an air bubble in there and you're going to have an embolism. There's something about it, O2, which is just two oxygen molecules are bound together already, whereas O3 is a reactive oxygen species.
Pushes itself away.
It has an electron to give. So there's something about those free electrons that bind to different toxins or bind to viral.
No, that's well known. But let me ask the medical doctor this question. Look, you know, my dad's an oral surgeon, dentist, you know, in the whole medical doctor area. He's checked into group stuff. He says it's right in line with all the stuff he's done, working with like mainline pharmaceutical companies with stuff with the Department of Defense on the side, because he also, you know, worked in chemistry. But separately, a lot of medical doctors are great people. It's that the big pharma, the Obamacare, the state-run system is coming in to totally take control. If my leg's broken, I want to go to an MD. Or if I got a gunshot wound, I want to go to an MD. Or, I mean, I took antibiotics this year and couldn't get rid of this chest cold. And I just said, forget it, and drank like 4 bottles of colloidal silver over a week, and it knocked it out. And I made my dad do it, who wouldn't do it. And he'd been on 3 rounds of antibiotics, and it knocked it out. Or he magically got better around that time. So all I know is that, you know, that's my view on the whole medical doctor thing. We're not bashing you, Dr. Mike. I think we're bashing the fact that we go to the doctor now. The pediatrician calls our kid into a room and asks if we have guns. I mean, clearly you've called in over the years, 15 years or so, whatever it is, talking about the tyranny programming going into the medical system, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And just by the way, I take the X2 iodine, and I'm a very happy consumer of that. So,
well, you're a medical doctor, then give us your take on it. I mean, what has it done? Have you felt it, or?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel the extra energy, and I'm. This is kind of a shameless plug, but I'm running the campaign here in Sweetwater County, Wyoming, for Taylor Haynes, who's running for governor. He's a real strong constitutionalist. We got to get the rhino Matt Mead out of office because we all know what's coming between the flood of illegal aliens, the destruction of the dollar. I mean, it's going to be a living hell in this country, and we need good, strong constitutionalists and good, strong Christians in positions of authority.
You know, you've been calling so long, and I know you've written articles as well. We ought to get you on with your full name and everything with the gubernatorial candidate next week or something for 30 minutes on Skype. So we'll put you on hold and do that, Dr. Mike, because if I remember correctly, I think you would call in back when I used to do my show out of my house in like 1998. Is that, how long have you been listening?
Yeah. I remember those days. Yeah, I had no problems calling in.
You used to live like in Los Angeles, right, and then Arizona?
No. I was in